What's up? Let me get the screen on here. There we are.
What's up, my man? All right. How you doing? How you doing?
Good, man. You?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm excited about this. All right. I do not have. I shouldn't take much of your time. We got a few questions. All right. So my first question for you is: you fought in the Apex, and now you're kind of fighting on this big pay per view. Or what are these feelings coming to this fight for you? Are you excited? Pressure? What is it feeling like?
Dude, this is everything I dreamed of. When I in 2005 is when I watched The Ultimate Fighter and watched him walk out, and that's when I realized I wanted to be a UFC fighter, and that's what I wanted to experience. And I haven't got to experience that yet. So the apex at all three of my fights, with one with no fans, and it's limited. So this, I mean, probably 10,000 people, maybe more. I, I'm excited. I'm nervous, but I think it's a good nervous excited, and I can't wait, man. I cannot wait.
I love it. I'm excited to see this fight. It's gonna be a great one. So in one of your interviews, you talked about kicking off the show right. Is there a certain like aggression coming to this fight that you're just like you want to come out and knock this guy's head off in front of everyone?
Oh, most definitely. Malcolm, he's a tough dude, and he's a tough opponent, and especially fighting him in his home country. I know he don't want me to do that, but I did everything in training camp to make sure I can come out and do what I do best and perform the way I know I can perform, and that's what I'm looking to do. And I want to kick off the show by taking out the hometown guy right off the bat.
So kind of lead me into my next question is you and Malcolm are both jiu-jitsu styled fighters. Is there any like challenge kind of facing a guy with a similar style as you?
I just like to find out if I'm better. I mean, oh, hell, my fun. But yeah, I just like to find out if I'm better, man, and see who's better, who's faster, who's stronger. And I love Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, and I love Jiu Jitsu. So I want to see if my Jiu Jitsu is better because I know he's a black belt. And we both have a lot of submission wins.
So kind of you've been in the UFC here for a minute, even though COVID year. So this is what is it, fourth year or yeah, fourth year, 2020 2024. So what can fans expect from you this year when you get this win next Saturday?
Hopefully, they expect to see a lot more of me. Last year I lost at the beginning of the year to Charles Johnson. Then I got a fight in June, and then I lost to Costa, and then I was supposed to fight in September. So I was staying pretty active, and then the September thing fell through, and they gave me January again. So hoping to go take out Malcolm Gordon and stay very active in 2024, and hopefully jump into the rankings.
So this is kind of, I mean, I'm going deep into like what's in your mind. So I just kind of want to spice up with some fun. So out of all of your professional fights from day one, which has been your favorite kind of memories, fun wise? What is it for you?
Oh, it's the Johnny Bedford fight. When I fought Johnny Bedford, I was a 5-1 underdog. I moved up to 135. I was supposed to get knocked out. Johnny was supposed to go back to the UFC. Fought him in his hometown, just like I'm about to do Malcolm Gordon, and put him to sleep in the third and final round. Had him eye gouging me at one point in the fight. It got pretty ugly, but it's one of my favorite fights to this day.
Okay. Also, another fun question: where did you get the nickname the Brick?
Actually, what's crazy about the nickname is growing up, my name was Stephen Flick, and I went by my middle name. My first name's Jimmy, but we went by Stephen, and we couldn't find a nickname that would rhyme with Stephen Flick. And one of my buddies just came up with the nickname The Brick, and I was like, "Oh, Jimmy the Brick Flick, that's pretty cool." And then I came up with the idea that my game's solid all over like a brick. Doesn't matter where the fight goes. I'm solid. I got good stand up, good jiu-jitsu, good wrestling. I'm solid all over like a brick, baby.
Okay, so So this is kind of a question I ask everybody, but it just kind of gives the fans kind of watching the interview. I mean, that next question is going to be that too. But what are 3 words that can describe you, and why should fans tune in on next Saturday?
Huh. Well, I'm fun, I'm special, and I like to do crazy things.
Okay, love it, love it.
And that's how the flying triangle happened. I'll have fun while I'm out there. I like to do crazy things, and you're going to see some special things.
So, how are you looking to finish Malcolm? Like, what is your ideal kind of outcome to this fight?
I I like to take him down, use my Khabib wrestling to maul him to the ground, use my pressure for him to give up a bad position. And let's say the head and arm, it's my bread and butter. Um, I'd like to take him down, maul him for a little bit, hit the head and arm, get a paycheck, get a new contract, and fly out of Canada with a new contract. That's the plan.
Okay, so you got your contract, your chance on the Contender Series. How was it like on the Contender Series from when you got that call to when you got the win over Nate Smith?
Man, that one was something because they call it the hardest job interview in the world for a reason. The nerves, the everything going up to it, and we didn't get fans. Like most of the time, they get a few fans there. We didn't get none because it was COVID, and you walk out with no music. It was something different about it, but it was one of the best experiences of my life, and it was a dream come true. And I'm looking to bring out the same Jimmy Flick on this fight. Go straight forward, look for nonstop submissions, show my wrestling, and I mean, that's what I need to do. And that experience was amazing and still undescribable.
So another kind of like going into history when you fought uh Durden, is that how you say it? How was that like first win kind of feeling the all the journey to get there? How was that for you?
Oh man, it was great, dude. I mean, I pull off third person in UFC history. I pull off a flying triangle. Um, it went viral, everything I wanted, and life kind of hit me different, and I should have been more excited for my next fight. And then I had a lot of stuff going on mentally, physically, and emotionally, and I ended up having to take a few years off, and I think that's kind of affected my comeback here. But I'm looking to turn things around. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday.
Yeah. So I got like 2 more questions for you. So I mean, going into this, how has camp felt in like every? Do you feel it's coming along smooth? Or are you going to be 100% when you step in?
Actually, yes, this fight camp has been my best fight camp. The UFC gave me like over like it was like 16 to 18 weeks when I got the notice. And right off the bat, me and my coach sat down and he was just like, the first few weeks, just enjoy camp. Don't think about, anything, don't overdo it or anything because we have a fight. Let's just stay smart. So that's what we did for the first few weeks. And then we just amped it up. I got a new jiu-jitsu coach named Micah Stockton. He's a Marine. He's got over 20 professional MMA fights. He's got boxing fights, and he's just a well-rounded fighter and a great dude. And so I've been working with him, and he's going to be coming to Canada with me as well. And coach has brought in some people to help out with my camp. Everybody around my weight class, and we've had great training, and I've been back in the wrestling room too. I grew up in the Sand Springs wrestling room. That's where I'm from. So I've been back in the Sand Springs wrestling room where it all started, practicing in there with the youngsters, the high school boys, and so the camp's been amazing, and I'm ready to go prove it.
So one more question before I let everybody shout out who they want because I think it's super cool. So last question for you is when you won the LFA title, how like I watched fight and it mind blows me how this happened. But I mean, it's just like how did that feel for you? Like, what was that feeling winning the championship?
Hey man, it was another one that was just it's so crazy that to have an opportunity to win a title like that, but to do it with no fans. I mean, they literally flew me up to Sioux Falls, South Dakota in a big arena with nothing. And you could hear the foot stomps in the cage. I could hear his coach and everything. And it was another one of the feelings that is it's just so undescribable but so amazing, and I'll never forget it. I mean, I still that title goes almost everywhere with me when I do meet and greets and stuff to show people how heavy that world title is and show them how much it means to me. But to do it in 38 seconds, it was crazy, man. I threw one calf kick, a double leg, and a head and arm, like I said, my bread and butter, and hopefully we'll pull off another one.
I'm excited to see you hit your bread and butter. That's for sure. We're ready. So I'll let you shout out whoever you want real quick to end the interview.
I appreciate you, man. I just give a shout out to all my sponsors: Harvest Health Dispensary, Tulsa Sport Acupuncture, Minuteman Plumbing of Tulsa, International Crematory Services, Industrial Motor Services, Broadway Barbershop, the Parlor Herring Inc., Inkwell Printing, HKA USA, Forza Combat Sports and Broken Arrow, Vista Pools and Outdoor Living, my lawyer Palmer Law. There's a couple more. Where's the other ones? MAJ Mafia, GG2 Sports and Card Show, and my boy Micah Stockton. He's an insurance broker. So that's all my sponsors. I really appreciate them for all the support. And y'all, please tune in January 20th, ESPN Plus. Me and Malcolm Gordon, we're going to kick off the card, and it's going to be fireworks.
I'm very impressed that you memorized all of those. That is incredible. That might be the best thing I've seen yet today. Hey, Jimmy, I really do
Yeah, yeah.
appreciate you coming on. I'm excited to see you hit your bread and butter. No, I'm gonna bank on it. All right. I really appreciate you,
Yes, sir.
brother. All love.
Appreciate you.
Yep.